Lord, we thank you for coming here today and allowing us to conduct this meeting and take care of the business of the town of Spring Lake. I'd also like to offer a special prayer to Alderwoman Jackie Jackson, who lost her father. And look out for her family, and look out for our first responders and our troops overseas. This is my prayer in your name. Amen.
Amen. If you will, pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do we have anything we want to add or delete? Does anybody have anything to add or delete? I believe I do. I'm going to have a motion to adjust the fee schedule for the recreation department, and also want to remove the closed session. That's good.
I make a motion that we add the adjusted rate schedule. Do you want to put it at 9B?
Sounds like a winner to me.
And that we delete closed session GS 143-318.11 and GS 143-318.11. I'm sorry, A3 and A6.
Mr. Christian.
Second that motion.
Thank you. We've heard the vote, the motion. Any questions? Vote, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Approval of consent items. Consent item. Ms. Webb.
Sir, you skipped one. We need to approve the agenda.
Oh, excuse me. I have help. Okay, I need a motion to approve the agenda. Mr. Christian.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move that we approve the agenda with the changes added to it.
Thank you. Second. Ms. Cooper.
I second that motion.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping me straight. Approval of consent items is next. Oh. That's taken off. Like to have a vote for this.
Aye.
Unanimous? Sounds good. Okay. Next thing in line is public forum.
Now we do approval.
Excuse me, approval of consent items. Maybe I better look at the cheat sheet over here. I need approval of consent items. Ms. Sutherland.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the consent items for August the 13th, 2018 regular meeting.
So moved. Question?
Need a second.
Second?
I second.
Okay. Vote? Ooh,
Just come on.
excuse me. Here, what I do wrong.
Let's see.
Okay. All right, I need a vote at this time.
Aye.
I have it. That's it. Okay. Public forum. Michael Ash. Allen.
Yes.
Excuse my handwriting.
That's all right. Good evening, board.
Good evening.
My concern.
Could you give me your address, please?
615 Goodyear Drive, Spring Lake.
Gotcha.
My concern tonight is speed. on the end of Goodyear that I live on, not the side where Pope Air Force Base is or Army Airfield. First one as you come up on there, make the left right there. Speed limit is 25 miles an hour. I've been living there 6 years, and I see tremendous speed that comes through there. At some rates as high as 45, 50 miles an hour. You got people who run through there, Police Academy runs through there when they do their training, folks that walk through there with their babies and carriages, grandkids, especially mine, and a lot of others. We need some speed bumps. Stop. People are just not. Listen, I have even yelled at folks out there, and they're going to do what they want to do. And most of the people that's doing speeding in the neighborhood are folks that live there. So I'm going to give you an example of how the speed. Goodyear is like a horseshoe. So I'm on this side, the horseshoe's up here. So it comes from here all the way to the stop sign. And it's like NASCAR, man. And I'm talking about this is a daily basis. I got a neighbor that lives next door to me. Had to get on him. He cusses me out, threatens me, but that's another case. I can have that. But he speeds off all the time. Every time I think he does it, just to see if he can get under my skin, but I won't let it happen. But the main story is we need some speed bumps in there. If we can't get and I know the police can't be in there 24/7. They got a place they got to be. If they had to set up in there undercover or unmarked, I guarantee they get some tickets every day. Every day. But it's some speed bumps, something to deter speeding. It's just crazy.
Sir, we're gonna look into it.
So actually,
I'm sure we can get a little bit more police protection.
and we need, that speed is crazy. You know, that's unruly.
I'm gonna have to get with my contractor back there / inspector.
Okay.
And see if that's feasible.
I'll be looking.
Thank you, Mr. Allen.
Thank you.
Mr. Burgess?
Good afternoon, Board.
Yeah.
My name is Burgess on Burgess Boxing, 208 on Main Street. I had a boxing match the weekend over at the Rec Center. It was right decent. It wasn't what I expected. I expected more, but I'm here to present a trophy for the mayor. I like to give him whatever I give out of my functions. For him to place in his office or wherever he'd like to. Check.
Check.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, I just want to make sure you sign there for the presenting to the town. I'm gonna pass it on to.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Thank you, Mr. Burgess.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the town doing what it does for me and my boxing gym in the rec center. I lived here all my life. A lot of changes in Spring Lake. But I have a show October the 27th. I'll be giving y'all a little something.
It's 2 days
Yes,
after
sir.
my
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Frank.
Mr. Henry London?
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, Board Alderman.
Good evening.
Y'all bear with me, I'm suffering from a sinus issue. I'll do my best to get through as quickly as possible. My name is Henry Pond. I live at 1620 Matt Street, Spring Lake. I've been a resident of the great town of Spring Lake for over 25 years. I am currently serving on the Recreation Advisory Committee. On January 26, 2018, Mr. Jones' employment with the town was terminated, and with the termination of the chairman and the vice chairman of the the Recreation Advisory Committee resigned. With their resignation, it was assumed that all of the members of the committee would resign as well, which was and is a wrong assumption. It is a known fact that the chairman and the vice chairman resigned because of the way that Mr. Jones' termination came about. It was clear to many that the plans for Mr. Jones' termination were set in motion during the Board of Alderman special meeting on December 12, 2017, where the following items were discussed. It was stated that the town is paying out more than $140,000 in salary to the Recreation Center Director and the Assistant Director, and they are never around. The board members all agreed that one of them should have been at the swearing-in ceremony. They all agreed that they are never around and that they are both working banker's hours. Are you serious? There are more important issues for the board to be concerned about that would improve the town of Spring Lake rather than being concerned about someone being there in attendance of a swearing-in ceremony. Some of you on this board were aware that Mr. Jones went on vacation every year around this time. It was also stated that citizens had expressed concerns that the Recreation Center overall performance is going down. The director and the assistant director are keeping banker's hours as well. My question is, how many of those citizens utilize the Recreation Center? I'm using it in the center at various times during the day, and I haven't seen many of you or many other citizens, for that matter, using the facilities. I know most of the regulars that use the exercise equipment. The performance didn't go down, it improved because of Mr. Jones didn't sit in his office and he was out networking with local businesses and schools to create an activity for the center to keep the children involved. I joined the Recreation Center when it opened in 2006 and supported the center and paid my membership fee, even though I had an option to utilize the facility at Fort Bragg at no cost. The following items were also discussed in the meeting. The hours of operation. Who set the hours of operation when the center was open and when it was built? I was under the impression that the director at that time, with the approval of the board, set the hours. There is nothing for teenagers to do at the Recreation Center. That was number two. When have there ever been anything for teenagers to do at the Recreation Center? It seems that the focus of the activity in the center is on senior citizens and children under the age of 12. The third item, when kids are out of school, why is the Recreation Center closed? That's a statement without merit. The Recreation Center is operating Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and closed on Sundays and holidays. The board approved these hours. The fourth item, the budget is going up and services are less and no activities for children are in Spring Lake. Correct me if I'm wrong. The budget goes up every year to operating expenses, right? What services are you referring to? Why is the Recreation Center closed on Sunday? You already know why the center is closed on Sunday. Again, the Board of Aldermen approved the operating hours for the center, which it was when it was built. Can you name one recreation center in the town, in Cumberland County, that's open on Sundays? It will cost to operate the center on Sunday. Will you approve an increased budget so that the center can operate on Sundays? With all of these issues that were discussed at the special meeting on December 12, 2017, the issue discussed seems to have been a way to cover up the true intentions of the board, because within 2 months from the date of the meeting, the new town manager was hired and Mr. Jones' employment was terminated. Nothing personal, Mr. Jones. Each of you know that there is a Recreation Center Advisory Committee because the committee members were approved by the Board of Aldermen. The questions that the citizens of the town had or have about the Recreation Center should have been brought before the Recreation Center Advisory Committee at the monthly meeting, and you, the members of the board, should have advised those citizens to attend the monthly meeting to address their concern during the public forum, and their concern would have been presented to you in the minutes from the committee. I think all of you know the purpose of the advisory committee. Briefly, it's there to formulate the master plan for Recreation Center for the town, to make recommendations to the Board of Aldermen from time to time with respect to the recreational programs, facilities, resources, and needs of the town. To advise the Director of the Recreation with respect to the conduct of the recreation programs and activities. To assist in coordinating the town recreation program with that of private, public, semi-public agencies. To perform such other duties as may be assigned by the Board of Aldermen. To advise the budgetary planning for the entire recreation program. When the Recreation Center Advisory Committee Chair and Vice Chair resigned their position, no one on the board, nor the new director, reached out to any other member on the board to coordinate what action would take place. It was my understanding that the Board of Aldermen and the new director wanted to wait it out according to the bylaws, which state, and I quote, any member missing 3 consecutive meetings or 4 meetings total in a calendar year shall be subject to dismissal from the committee upon a majority of votes of the committee and ratification by the board. The members of the Recreation Advisory Committee is appointed by the Board of Aldermen for a 3-year term. It was my understanding that the new director had scheduled an advisory committee meeting for September 2018. So I called the new director and advised him that the remaining members of the committee wanted to have a regular scheduled meeting of the advisory committee on August 20, 2018 at 7 p.m. and he agreed. Well, 4 members of the advisory committee, which creates a forum, convened at 7 p.m. on 20 August 2018, but the director was not there due to personal reasons. We, the remaining members, will serve out our term, and we highly recommend that each of you read the minutes for every advisory committee meeting and see what our recommendation will be in future improvement of the activities of the Recreation Center. As it began, the statement about citizens expressing concerns that the center overall performance is going down. I want to be real about this. There has been very little upgrades to the equipment in the facility since the opening of 2006. The town website, and I quote, states that it is a state-of-the-art facility. That is an understatement. The Recreation Center has nothing that appeals to citizens between the ages of 16 and 40 years of age. The equipment that is there is limited, and the full workout circuit for the novice equipment is not provided. The center does not have weight equipment for members that are into bodybuilding. Why not? The Recreation Center offers senior citizen free membership. Why? There are areas in the Recreation Center that are not being used efficiently. There's areas for the pottery and the room with the firing kiln. These areas are rarely used, and there's 1 or 2 people at the most in there at certain days. I heard that the new director of the Recreation Center was told to get the new sauna installed. You didn't give him very much of a choice, from my understanding. This is something I think should have been brought to the advisory committee. Nothing personal, Mr. Graves, but the location of that sauna is a bad idea. The gaming equipment was updated, but how many people really use it? My recommendation or suggestion: first, the storage room at the back of the equipment room should have been cleaned out and a sauna located in there, providing considering the space in the room. Seniors, like myself, should be charged a membership fee to use the facility and get a 10% discount. Or we can use the Senior Citizen Center. It has exercise equipment we can use at no cost. Provide weights for those citizens that are into bodybuilding. I heard all kinds of excuses as to why the center will not provide weights to citizens that are into bodybuilding. Why not? It would generate revenue. Move the pottery mold and the firing kiln to the Senior Citizen Center. There's enough space to accommodate it. I can show you areas in the Senior Citizen Center that are not being used efficiently. The splash pad is in the works. But why not a skate park or a swimming pool? Oh wait, wouldn't that give the kids something to do when they are out of school, as you asked in your meeting?
So we give you more than your amount of time,
That's fine.
and we appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for having so much interest in the gym.
I will continue to have that interest. And thank you for your time.
Okay, presentations. The Thomas County. Okay, we'll move on. Recognition of the fire department, they're called to a muffler shop, Grand Boulevard. Mayor Pro Tem, Board of Alderman, good evening.
Good evening.
So this presentation is actually more than just one incident itself. It started out as just one incident, but then we had another one that occurred also that we want to recognize. Take much more time than it was for just the one. Just to give you a little bit of backstory of how this kind of transpired. Routinely, I'm sure you guys probably recognize, but if you don't, we touch people's lives every single day. We started out this morning really good, being able to interact with some children, able to bring a smile to their face. It made me feel just as good as it probably did them to be able to interact with them, see them excited back on their first day of school. We touch people's lives every day with everything that we do. It may be something as simple as just kind of calming someone down, maybe lift them off the floor and they don't have any injuries. But we routinely interact with people and change what's going on in their lives. But two instances that it really happened on is what we're going to really talk about tonight. Being a part of saving someone's life is a feeling that I don't know if any of you guys have ever been a part of, but that's something that you'll always remember. I was fortunate enough to be able to save someone's life that I knew before, and that'll stick with me forever. Same as it will these folks back here. So in the first incident, on April 18, 2018 at 12:52 p.m., personnel from Spring Lake Fire Department and Cape Fear Valley EMS were dispatched to 1320 North Bragg Boulevard in reference to a subject with an unknown medical emergency. Shortly after the initial dispatch of the incident, it was upgraded to a cardiac arrest. Spring Lake Fire personnel and EMS arrived on scene along with an off-duty paramedic who seen what was going on and stopped to assist. Upon the arrival at Spring Lake Fire and EMS personnel, the patient had no pulse and was not breathing. Spring Lake Fire Department personnel assisted with CPR and other life-saving tasks along with EMS. Personnel on the scene performed their training as instilled in them to do, and they were able to get a pulse reestablishing the patient. He was transported to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center and has made a full recovery and is with us today. Mr. Allen, if you would come up here, please. Starting first, the ones who were not employed by the town of Spring Lake. One of them couldn't be here tonight from Cape Fear Valley. The off-duty paramedic was Michael Crowder. Andrea Barlow. Captain Stephen Barker with Spring Lake Fire Department. Lieutenant Tommy Elder with Spring Lake Fire Department. Devin Loria with Spring Lake Fire Department. Brandon Fitzhugh with Spring Lake Fire Department. And Chief McClam was still with us. He will be up here too. Chief Williams and myself were also there. Everything that went down that day was like it was supposed to. Everybody was busy doing work. Hands on an emergency scene, you can't replace that. That's why staffing those trucks is as important as it is. It may be expensive to have those folks right there, but that man right there thinks they're worth every dime they got paid. I promise you that. So, congratulations to y'all. We got another incident that we're going to get some folks up here for, and I think only one of those people are here tonight. So, if y'all want to pose for pictures.
They're around you. Like this first time, right?
Thank all of them.
I've been from the love games today.
Thank all of y'all.
All right, for the second one, that occurred on July 30th, 2018, at approximately 11:10 a.m. A male subject walked into the Spring Lake Fire Department complaining of severe chest pain. So that the incident's not giving an injustice, I'm going to let the patient come up here and actually talk about it himself, because I heard he does a more accurate job of depicting what went on that day than I could. So those folks that are involved with that, I'll go ahead and have them come up here. Sarah Walker, Travis Walker, and Carol Schaefer. Y'all will come on up here.
I'm just thankful to God that I'm alive today.
Amen.
I've had open heart surgery before. I've never had a heart attack. I was coming down Manchester when it happened. The only thing I could think of was I need to come to Spring Lake Fire Department. I walked in and Mrs. Schaefer, she asked me, could she help me? I told her, I feel like I'm having a heart attack, I can't breathe. And immediately she went into action. The ambulance wasn't here, but she knew exactly what to do. And she got me help. And at one point, I don't remember nothing, but I do remember her praying for me. And so when they got me to the hospital, after 4.5 hours of being in the operating room, the doctor said I shouldn't even be here. But I knew it was because of the help that I got here from the people here at the Spring Lake Fire Department, and I thank them. My wife, my 15 grandchildren, 2 grandchildren, thank them too. And my wife could be here tonight, but she's taking care of 7 of our grandchildren. So she told me to take up and thank you. And these people do a good job. You know, and they do need to be recognized. And I thank them so much.
Transported to the hospital, but it is a rare occasion that if somebody is able to make a full recovery. More often than not, they're not making a full recovery from a cardiac arrest, so that's why it's so special for these guys to get recognition whenever they do. Because I'm telling you, in my heart, I know how special that is. I hope tonight we kind of instill that in you guys' you take life for granted. So hopefully we'll be coming up here doing this more and more often. I know there was a call we had on Saturday that hopefully will have the same type of outcome, had cardiac arrest, and last we knew she was transported to the hospital. We still have a pulse when she went upstairs, so hopefully that'll have a good outcome. And hopefully maybe in a couple months we'll be up here recognizing those guys who were part of that company. But that's all for us tonight.
We thank you, and we appreciate you. And I can remember me coming over there one time, thinking I wasn't doing too good, but they kind of rubbed me on the back and said, "You all right, going on." Thanks a lot, fellas. Okay, new business. Harvesting timber from the Muntzburg tract and Mendoza Park.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, board members. The item we have before you tonight is to harvest timber on the Muntzburg tract. This tract was purchased with the intent to allow for nature trails and things of that nature to enjoy the tract. The tract cannot be developed, but we can put trails on that. And what we're asking is that we selectively harvest timber on that tract to pay for those trails. What I'm asking from the board tonight is for the board to give me permission to move forward with the highest bid as far as what we would get on the timber harvest. And the timber harvest bid will be conducted by a licensed forester.
Ms. Sutherland.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. I'd like to offer you a motion to allow the staff to proceed with the project accepting the highest bid regarding the timber removal.
Mr. Christian,
Second that motion.
are there any questions? Mr. Christian.
Mr. Gerald, how far along are we? 'Cause we've been working on this project for a couple of years now. As far as gaining access to the property.
We've already gotten access from Carl Manning.
Okay.
And also verbally gotten it from Mr. McCoy. Mr. McCoy is supposed to submit his request in writing, which we will formulate into a contract via the attorney.
Could we get an update on the property next month, on the project itself?
Yes.
On the entire project?
Yes.
I'd like to see that get updated.
Yes.
I know the trail is supposed to look a lot like the Riverwalk over in Fayetteville.
We're
Something similar.
Right, so what's gonna happen, we're gonna get the high bid, and then the proposed trail alignment will be brought back to the board for approval to accept that proposed trail alignment.
Are there still plans in the works for possibly linking it to Mendoza Park in the future?
Yes, I met with the forester from, but the park ranger from Carter's Creek Bay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. At this time, we'll take a vote.
Yay.
Unanimous. Okay, we'll move on to our Recreation Department breaks and fees schedules amendment. Is that Ms. Webb?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem McGarren, board members. I am requesting tonight that the board amend the Recreation Department's rate and fee schedule. Staff is recommending to reduce the deposit for the gymnasium from $300 to $250, and the per hour charge from $80 to $40.
Ms. Cooper.
I make a motion that we approve the amendment to the rate schedule for the community center rentals.
Mr. Christian,
Second that motion.
we've heard, it's been a first and second. Do we have any questions? Any questions? At this time, we'll take a vote.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
You guys make it easy. Last words. Ms. Sutherland.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Allow me to have the last word. It's always a pleasure serving. Sometimes a lot of people don't understand when you serve, you give a lot of yourself when you care. And when you serve the whole community. We don't pick and choose, which I don't. It takes a team to make the town go forward in a positive direction. And to say that with our first responders, we want to thank you all the time for what you do. They all left. And I think that for the recognition and the individuals' lives that was saved, and it's been many lives that were saved. And I think that when the first responders arrive on the scene, it's normally a team effort. And that's with the fire department as well as our police department. And I've seen it. You've been to my home. You're gonna knock the door in one morning when he thought my house was on fire. And I can certainly appreciate it. You've been across the street to my neighbors, Miss Johnson, which has passed away and deceased, many a time, and I've seen you all in action. So certainly appreciate us working as a team in this town for a town to go forward and be productive. But they left, and I'm sure when somebody has a cardiac arrest, whatever, we never know what may happen, that they certainly appreciate God first and you all assisting. So I just wanted to say that we really appreciate our first responders, the team, our team here, our town manager, our new attorney, Mayor Pro Tem. But to say, when we talk about a team, we went to the schools this morning, and it was very fulfilling to me as well to be able to see our students, our parents, and from Director Superintendent Conley to come, and I think he spent several different hours. About 12:30, 1 o'clock, we completed our task. We worked as a team. We want to continue to work as a team. There was some requests, and in order for our students to continue to progress academically, they need some paint. So since we said that we were going to continue to be involved, we're going to ask for volunteers. We need 2 gallons of red paint. Please put in your minutes as well. W.T. Brown. 2 gallons of blue paint. 2 gallons of black paint. And what they do, they go through the hallways and put educational sayings on the wall, and they're going to go into the bathrooms like it's been advertised on TV and put educational saying as well. So they've asked for our help, and I think that if we continue to work together, lifting each other up instead of pulling people down, we can continue to go forward. Will we be perfect? No, but we strive to do the best that we can to work as a team. But I always know that when somebody's constantly pulling on you, you can't go up. But I believe the great town of Spring Lake is going to continue, Mr. Burgess, to go up if we continue to work as a team. Thank you for allowing me to speak, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, and you all have a blessed evening.
I need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Mr. Christian,
Second that motion.
Aye.
let's take a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Let's give our Mayor Pro Tem a hand. We can always say, hey, this person, because I think he's trying to keep all the time. Great job.